The sessions I watched are definitely similar to what I imagine counseling sessions to be like. The questions to prompt the client and the client's ability to express what they were feeling is how I imagine counseling to be. Some skills I noticed throughout the videos were a lot of reflection of feeling. There were some reflection of meaning, some paraphrasing, and encourager responses. In the first video, the brainstorming session, the counselor used open questions and really sat in silence as the client talked and just expressed themselves the entire time the client was speaking. There were no encouragers in that video like there were in the other two. Video two, the homesick video, the counselor showed a great deal of empathy. Her reactions and her facial expressions were very empathetic as she listened to the client. That was one place that there was a difference in the use of encouragers between the homesick video and the dancing or the helping video. In the dancing or helping video, I didn't see any empathy in his encouragers. He just kind of responded, yeah, but he didn't really have any emotion in his response. All three videos used open questions and reflections of feeling to keep the conversation moving. Some of the other videos used other tactics, but those were the main ones throughout all three. The differences in the way that the brainstorming counselor sat in silence and the use of the encouragers in the other two made me wonder which technique is actually better. I think using encouragers sparingly helps to relay that you are listening rather than breaking up the client's train of thought by using them too often. The last video, the guy, he asked a lot of questions and it kept the conversation going, but she seemed to have shorter responses than the first video and the second video. My question would be, in chapter 8, we discussed attentive silence as a skill, and I imagine that's what I was witnessing in the brainstorming session. However, how can we recognize when and how to use attentive silence? Is sitting and listening to the client speak thoroughly an example of that, as in the brainstorming video? And if we respond with encouragers and questions at the end of the client speaking, does that interrupt the attentive silence? Does that alter that technique? Thank you.